What's up, guys? My name is Adusi. I'm going to be playing some Diablo 3 for you guys tonight. This is an MP4 Inferno Act 3 keyboard and run. This is the first time I've ever been doing keyboarding or the higher MPs for that matter. Actually, this is MP5. I'm running critical mass build. I've got 50% critical chance, including the energy armor pinpoint barrier rune. You know, the classic spam. I'm using Astral Presence with Mistral Breeze on my tornado, what's it called, energy twister, because I was having some problems with some arcane power. In this case, I'm using the extended range for the explosive blast. I think I'm going to opt this out for the damage buff with extended detonate time. I'm running with a Chantoto's Will and a Chantoto's Force. The one's at 1150 DPS. I've got all auction house gear for if you care. Except my Mempo of Twilight, which is self-found. That was a really lucky drop. It dropped with int on it. I was crazy. I was going nuts. It was actually my first legendary drop ever, and it was in 1.05. I've got Tyrael's Might and Firewalkers for movement speed. Now the cap is 25%, so those two both have 12, adding up to 24. There's a total of 5 pieces that can get movement speed, which is in his Temperance Pants, a set ring that I can't remember, your boots, Tyrael's Might chest piece, and Lakuni Prowler's bracers. That would be a total of 60%, but it caps out at 25, so it kind of sucks. I think they should just remove the cap altogether. I've got a Vile Ward. All this stuff, all these legendaries I bought on the auction house for under 1 mil from bidding. Now these are all worth, several mil, and I all got them for dirt cheap from bidding. You basically just go to the auction house and you put in minimum time left, and you search 200 intelligence or whatever, and you're off and away, and you bid on stuff that's under 1 mil, and you snipe it, and you put an alarm on your phone, and you time it just right, and then you win. That's how it works. You just win. In this case, I was having some trouble with critical mass build, seeing that it's an elite farming method rather than a mob, trash mob farming method. It's not good for single target, it's mostly AoE. I have some problems with the MP system. I think that since the difficulty scales exponentially, but the rewards only scale linearly, it makes for a very unfair system. When I'm putting in that much time, effort, and investment into buying gear and skills and stuff for MP10, I should really be getting a way better reward than a bunch of shitty rares. And perhaps if God wills it, a legendary, and that has to be good. I think it should be a guaranteed legendary every 5 stack plus a boss on MP10, because that's absolutely ridiculous. Or maybe not guaranteed, but a 50% chance or a 33% chance. Also, I think the boss system is kind of flawed, seeing that you don't get that good loot from it. The reason they nerfed the drop rate from bosses in comparison to D2 was because they wanted people exploring the world and killing elite and champion packs as opposed to killing the bosses. So what I think they should do is they should just make it, once you have a 5 stack, you can hit the boss, because you will have farmed not legendaries, you will farm elite packs and champions, 5, and then you'll hit the boss. And I think it should be double the drop rate. It should have twice as amount of rares that drop, and a way higher increased legendary drop rate. Also, I think that the Nephilim Valor system should extend beyond 5 stacks. But you go, every time you kill an elite, do an event, or get the chest, or the resplendent chest, you get a stack. And then after 5 stacks, it's a diminishing returns chance for you to get an extra stack. So to get my 6th stack, it's an 80% chance. To get my 7th stack, it's a 70% chance. To get my 8th stack, is a 60% chance when I kill an elite or find a chest or something. That way you can get unlimited stacks technically, but it would take forever to, once you get past like 10 or 15 stacks, it would take quite a bit of luck to get past that. That way, it really helps you want to continue, It gives you that incentive, because once you hit 5, you're like, oh, well, I'm done, I'm just gonna wrap this up and get her done. But if you just have that chance that you can keep improving in that game, it really incentivizes you to play more, to run more. And with that, if you open up the acts, if Blizzard opens up the act from 1, 2, 3, and 4, unlock all the waypoints, just do a farming run, I guess you could call it, as opposed to just, you know, a quest. You know, don't put in any of the questing NPC talk things. Just hit, you know, in your act quest selection screen at the bottom or at the top or whatever, you just do open world, and you select that quest, we can call it, and it basically opens up all the acts, all the waypoints. There's no quest you can select. There's no like NPCs you can talk to like Decker Kane for a story or anything. You just do it, and all the bosses are up. Everybody's up there. Everybody is alive, you know. So you go to, let's say, Act 1, and you farm all the elites there. You know, let's say you got 8 stack, and then you go farm, you go kill Leoric and the Butcher, and then you get some nice drops from that. And then you continue, you go farm all the elites in Act 2, you kill Magda and Belial, and then you go to Act 3, kill Gome and Asmodan, and you go to Act 4, kill Rakanoff, and Diablo, obviously, and Iswal, I think his name is. And that's just, that, overall, you could spend 5 to 6 hours doing one run, and you can, you know, get up to, like, you could probably get up to somewhere around 20 or 25 by doing that many elites and stuff, or maybe even 30 Nephilim stacks. So you could just, it would be insane if you put in enough time. The people who put in time will win, you know? Time equals success. That's what an RPG should be. No real money auction house. It should be like that. And now the skill system is far beyond saving in terms of, you know, actual like gaming skills, because it's just whoever has the highest DPS wins. So if we're gonna go on that road, we might as well make this system work where the more time you spend playing, the more success you'll have, or the higher chance of success you'll have. Because if I play 6 hours now, I have the same chance divided by 6 pretty much. So I have not as high as I could if I played 6 hours with this new Nephilim Valor plus open act system. Plus, if you add the MP system, where you have a better, you know, better balance in terms of difficulty and reward. Also, I think MP should be unlimited. What do you mean when you say unlimited? Well, here's the thing. You select your MP no monster power 1, 2, 3, 4, through 10, right? Or at the bottom there should be a thing that says custom monster power. And you could type in a number, and it'd be infinite technically. You know, you could have it up to 8 digits or 6 digits or whatever. You could go to monster power 150, and it would be absolutely bonkers, because those you know, occasional players who have millions of DPS, even they will have a hard time. There is no limit to the difficulty on this game. Especially since it's just math. You know, just multipliers they type in on monster health and stuff. It's not that hard to implement. They could do that and then write an equation for the magic find bonuses and stuff you get, and the bonus item drop you get. Also, the bonus item drop, I don't think it should be able to be rolled as gold. It should just be an actual item, and it shouldn't be a white item. It should be blue or better, and that's what the bonus item is. Also, I already mentioned the cap on movement speed, how that should be removed. They should really boost the wizard and the monk. I mean, the wizard just feels too slow compared to the others. I mean, the demon hunter has a variety of builds. You know, you can either glass cannon or, you know, tank it with shadow power, or do a, you know, pet sort of build with the wild boar or the companion or whatever, or a sentry build. You know, you've got 4 or 5 builds you could really use. The wizard, it's either critical mass, arcane torrent, which is still kind of bad, or, you know, that's pretty much it. Monk, we all know that that's just one type of build you can use, and that's just the one with everything build. The Witch Doctor and the Barbarian are already good. I mean, they're already OP. Nobody cares anymore about them. They can just stay where they are. The Wizard, all the skills that are good, like Arcane Torrent, that deal enough damage, like 220% damage, are ones where you have to stay in place to cast them. And there's a delay between the time you cast and the time it actually hits the target, is considerable. For example, for Arcane Torrent. I think they should make the delay shorter, and you shouldn't have to stand in place. I mean, it should just send like you just click and it sends a burst of the missiles, you know, as if it were just a normal projectile. That would make the class a little faster, you know, make the runs more effective and stuff. I mean, the critical mass build is fun. There's no need to nerf it or anything. It's not that effective for elites and stuff, so it's fine. The monk, that's gonna require a lot more, you know, work and effort. I think the itemization is just bollocks. There are so many useless affixes. The character customization in D2, having affixes on items from like sockets and stuff would change the color of the item. There was no like dyes, you just change the color of the item based on the affix. That's cool. That's what they should have done for dyes. The legendary items for weapons, I think the weapons should be a guaranteed 850 DPS or more, because otherwise it's just pointless. I got a Butcher's Sickle, which is the thing that has a chance to pull in the enemies with an ancient spear type of thing, and it had 500 DPS. Nobody wants that. That's absolutely useless in every single case, no matter what. So I think it should have a minimum 850 DPS for the legendary weapon drop thing to be viable. Well, that's the wrap, you guys. Thanks for listening. I'm the Deucey. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.